Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Chad Long, the head football coach at Fremont Ross. How's it going?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so how have practices been going so far, and how's the summer been working out for you guys?
Summer's been great. We kind of did things a little bit different on our camp days. We put them all at the end of the year and or end of July. So the last 2 weeks of July, we went 5 days straight of camp for those last 2 weeks of July, and it's kind of moved us right in 2 days, and it's actually been great. We've just finished our first week, which was Thursday, Friday, and obviously today's Saturday. So it's been going good. No major injuries, so we're pretty happy right now.
Okay, just so everybody knows, Fremont Ross is in Ohio. We're going to talk to some NLL schools, and practices there started August 1st. And of course, games start on the week of August 23rd. So it's gonna be coming up here in the next few weeks. So first 2 days of practice, I'm not sure how the system works. You're obviously, I don't think you're in pads just yet, are you?
Yeah, we are. So in Ohio, you can do your acclimation days starting from July 15th all the way up until the end. So you can get your 2 days of helmets, 2 days of uppers, and your full
Yeah.
pad day. So we started Thursday in full contact. So it's weird but nice. And yeah, we've been hitting.
Yeah. Okay, so I know what now that you've kind of seen these guys through the summer, and now that you've kind of seen these guys through practice, kind of tell the audience like what can you do you kind of know where you're at right now before you head into that first game?
Yeah, I believe so. We're going to be anchored by, on the offensive side, our big offensive line that we have. We have three kids that are 300 pounds plus. We'll probably average about 280 on the offensive line, and that will be the strength of our team this year. Will be with our offensive line. And Caden Miley, our right tackle, is already a commit to Kent State, and we have some other kids that are pretty good, and they should be getting some looks here in the future. But offensively, I would absolutely say offensive line. We have our quarterback that's back from having his first year of starting last year. We tweaked some things, and we have a new offensive coordinator this year, and we're fitting what our offense and our players can actually do. So we're pretty excited about that.
You kind of
Def-
learn, yeah. You kind of led into my next question, but time to go through the team, talk about the returners and some of the guys that you have coming back. I know you already mentioned a few of them, but we'll start with the offense that you kind of talked about, go into the defense, and then of course we'll go to
Okay.
special teams.
Okay. Offensively, Carson Caden is our quarterback. He played a little bit of time as a sophomore, even as a freshman. We had a really good quarterback that he was behind. Last year was his first year really starting in all the games, and he did pretty good. He had about 400 yards, 500 yards rushing, and threw for, I think it was like 1,800 yards. It was good to get that experience, but we expect big things. He's a great leader, and he's going to do whatever it takes for our offense to move the ball and score. At receivers, we are young, but we're led by Jadrian Brown, who's a senior, who's Mr. Everything. He plays offense, defense, kick return, punt return. He had last year, Jadrian had, I think, 4 special team touchdowns in the games last year, and he will be our leader, obviously, at the receiving core. Incoming guys that got a little bit of playing time last year was Mason England, who was a really good high jumper and a hurdler in track. He had a few catches last year, but he's going to be a big weapon on the outside. Jadrian will be in the slot area, and then we got other kids that will fill in where needed on our offense. At running back, we lost a 1,000-yard rusher last year who was first team all conference, JD Moncrief. But we have at least 3 running backs that we believe maybe even four that could step in at any time. Probably we'll start with Zaylen Harris at our running back position. He got quite a few carries last year. You saw a little glimpse throughout the season of what he can do, and I think this year will be his big year of producing on the offensive side. Then you'll have Ty Brown, a little bit of Elijah Izagari, and then what we'll do is when we want to really pound the ball, we'll put Talon Brown in there, and he's a bigger running back that he can carry the load.
So going into this, let's talk about the defense.
Yeah. Defensively, that's our bright spot. In the 12 years I've been at Fremont Rouse, I would say this would probably be the best defense we have had. A lot of mass in the middle on the defensive line. Peyton Heschel will lead the core there, and he's a 3-year starter, so he's experienced. We'll actually pull over from time to time Caden Miley to play, or Cole Myers to play the other interior position. And then we have the two brothers, Marquez Williams on the edge, as well as Talon Brown on the edge. And they're fast. We got pluggers in the middle, and we got really, really fast defensive ends. And then our secondary, where they're all the guys are back that played last year. So we got a lot of experience. We're led by Jace Freimeyer, who is a corner who was first team all conference last year. He's our cover corner, and he's gotten bigger, and you can tell that he's put in a lot of work in the off season. We're really excited about what he can do this year for us. But we are a 4-2-5 defense, and we'll fly around. We got a bunch of skill guys that'll fly around and tackle you.
Okay. Special teams.
Special teams, it's great when you have Jadrian Brown back. He handles all the punt returns and kick returns, and like I said, he had 4 touchdowns last year. I think he had 2 punt returns as well as 2 kick returns. So we got a lot of skill at Fremont, and anytime we touch the ball, there's a chance that we could score just with the dynamic players that we have.
Yeah. Okay. So now we talked about all the kids on the team. Now let's talk about the schedule that you guys have coming up. It's a pretty good one. So go. I'll just go through this real quick.
Okay.
Of course, August 23rd, home against it is starting off on the road against Tiffin Columbian. And then August 30th, against Sandusky. September 6th at Perrysburg. September 13th, home against Whitmer. September 30th at Finlay. September 27th, home against Napoleon. October 4th, home against Clay. October 11th at Southview. October 18th at home against Waite. And then October 25th at Bowling Green to finish out the regular season. So a pretty good schedule so far. This is the second year of the newly formed NLL, which of course, a lot of the teams like you came from the track conference, of course, to form what was the NLL and still is. So what's it going to be like in year 2 with this division?
Well, it's a very classy, great league. I'm glad we joined in to the NLL. The little difference is that we're in the smaller division, and we bump up and play in the crossover games against the 3 big schools, like you mentioned, with Perrysburg, Whitmer, and Finley. And I really, really like the league that we're in. Our schedule is extremely tough from beginning all the way through. It's, in my mind, it's stay healthy and be productive, and we'll have a chance in every game we play.
Yeah. Okay. So now that, of course, you're in practices fully with pads, the next few weeks, only, I believe, almost 2 weeks until that first game. So what are you wanting to take away in these next 2 weeks?
So we have 2 scrimmages lined up. We have Northview, who's in the big division in the NLL. We scrimmaged them for a while. That will be on this coming Saturday. And then we have Mansfield Senior on the following Friday. And Mansfield Senior is coached by Chokey Bradley, who I played with at Bowling Green State University. He is actually, his football team has made the Final Four. It's a great scrimmage for us to see the speed that we'll see. We're excited. We want to see how we can dominate the offensive line and defensive line and see what we can do. We're kind of getting sick of hitting against each other, and we want to actually play against someone else.
Okay. All right. Well, Chad, thank you so much for the time as always, and best of luck to the Little Giants this coming season.
Thank you, and good luck to you guys too.